continue our journey through this blessed month of Ramadan, we have something special coming up next.
Yes, we have. That's right. For this next segment, we're diving into something that's only delicious but also healthy, our cooking segment. We know that iftar is an important part of the day, and we're excited to introduce to you a nutritious dish that's perfect for your Ramadan meals.
Yes, today our chef Petrina will be preparing cabbage fritters or pancakes, an alternative to your usual pakoras, but just as tasty. It's a great way to switch things up while keeping things light and healthy during your iftar.
Absolutely. So whether you're looking for a fresh twist on your usual recipes or just want to add something new to your Ramadan menu, this is definitely one you don't want to miss.
No, let's head to the kitchen and see how it's done. Stay tuned, the recipe is coming up next as well.
Hello
Welcome,
everyone.
Chef. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You changed your apron up a little bit, not the usual pink.
Yes, I've got the blue apron as well.
Nice, I like it, I like it. Tell us a little bit about these cabbage fritters and pancakes, whatever you want to
So
do.
this is the dish that you can obviously prepare in minutes. It's made up of eggs and vegetables basically, and I've just chosen cabbage as the main vegetable because cabbage is something that is quite tasteless, so many of us actually don't eat it. So I thought, it's a good way to actually incorporate the cabbage into the meal as well, especially for fussy eaters.
Yeah.
You can just add it. So I've got the eggs here. You need about like 3 to 4 large eggs. And then I've got the variety of cabbage. That's the greenish, lightish cabbage. So it's just like about 3 or 4 leaves of those. And this one is the red cabbage. The red cabbage is slightly harder, so I've actually used less of it. Otherwise, you can actually use the same amount if you want to. However, the red cabbage or the purple cabbage will actually add a bit more crunch to it as well. And some people may not like it, so you can just test it as you go along. The colors, especially the purple, is really good for the eyes as well. So it's full of antioxidants. So that's why you actually use the cabbage as well. I'm going to also add carrots to it. Carrot, as I always do, I don't peel the skin at all because the nutrients are just under the skin. And then I've got the red onion here. I've got a shallot here, and a couple of cloves of garlic as well. And a chili. Chili is optional. Depends on how hot you want it to be. This chili is actually not really spicy, so you can actually add it in. And I've got my spring onions. Spring onions, if you can get the ones with a bit of the roots, that's great as well, because I'm just going to cut it up to here, and then I'm just going to replant it, and you'll find that within a day or so you start shooting again. So that makes you able to actually use the spring onions like 2 or 3 times before it goes. And I'm also going to garnish it with a bit of herbs from the garden, which are mint, parsley mainly, but you can choose your own herbs like coriander as well, or chives as well. And yeah, I'm going to add a bit of, this is spelt flour, just to make the thing bind a bit better, and also garnish it with, this is a mixture of turmeric, paprika, and a bit of sea salt. And I've got my coconut oil heating too.
Yeah, I can smell it from here. Chef Petrina, how long does it take to actually prepare this dish?
The frying of the fritter will take like a minute or so, but the preparation probably about 10 minutes or so by the time you chop up everything. So we're going to get started.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna chop, make the eggs, the omelette itself, probably use about 3 because these eggs are quite large. It also depends on how many people you want to serve as well. So I've got some of the carrots chopped up here already, so I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna chop up the spring onions, like I said, just up to maybe here, and the rest can be planted and reused later. So the idea for the omelette is actually or the fritter is actually chop it up really fine so that it doesn't stick out when it's fried. So I'm actually using like a chopper as well to make it chop easier. So that's 3 spring onions. Again, these ingredients are really good for keeping away like colds and flus and stuff like that. So all the ingredients from the sort of like onion sulfur family, it's actually good for keeping viruses away, keeping healthy, keeping the immune system strong as well. So everything is basically just chopped up really fine.
With the spring onions, Chef Petrina, do you use the whole of it at times, or is it really just is the best part?
You can use the whole thing. However, you know, with this dish, you don't really use a lot. You can actually even chop it up to right up to there as well.
And you can still replant that as
Yeah,
well?
you can still replant. However, if it's just a little bit, it's a bit harder to replant. You can also, instead of putting it in water, you can also put it in soil and it will grow as well. I've tried both ways. So that's one of the tips for saving a bit of shopping.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like, I always thought, forgive me, that the green part was to be thrown away.
Okay,
It's not.
we're just eating the white bits then. Oh, God. Yeah, yeah. The green parts actually have a lot of chlorophyll, so it's actually very healthy as well.
Yeah.
So again, the onions or the shallots chopped very finely and added to the mixture. There you go. We'll do the garlic next. Garlic, like 3 to 5 cloves, depending on how big it is, basically. So. And you know, at home, if you're doing it, you can prepare this sort of like in advance, you know. It doesn't take too long. It's best eaten hot. However, if you want to prepare it in advance as well and eat it at room temperature, it's fine as well.
And it's okay to freeze as well if you made too
You
much.
can probably freeze the ingredients. I wouldn't mix it. I suppose, yeah, you can probably keep it in the fridge. I wouldn't freeze it because the eggs will be frozen. Yeah. And the thing is, when you freeze it as well, it tends to get a bit of moisture into it as well. You know, the icy bits, so it won't come out that nice. So that's the garlic finely chopped as well. Garlic again is very good for keeping healthy, so I would eat or recommend you eat this every day if you can, or at least several times a week. So let's do the red onion now. Red onion again, just chop it really fine.
It's a lovely dish. It's not too many ingredients as well. It's something
No.
like you can just remember, can't you?
Yeah. I'll just use about half an onion because you don't really want all the ingredients to be overwhelming as well before you add the eggs, the mixture to the eggs as well. So that's finely chopped. This one again all in. There you go. We're going to start mixing it. So you can see it's mixing quite well. And I'm going to add a bit of the seasoning to it as well. The seasonings depend on taste as well, so all depends how salty you want it as well. I normally try not to put too much salt so that you can actually add it if you do need more. So this is the red cabbage, or the purple cabbage is called it. Again, chop it really fine.
Going back to the seasoning, Chef Petrina, what's your base that people can then, play with? What's your base?
My base is normally using like turmeric, paprika, and then the rest is obviously onions, garlic. Those are my key ingredients basically for most dishes. And then if you want to add things like cumin seeds as well, adds a nice taste. Some people don't like it, like coriander seeds as well. All depends. All the seeds and the spices have a lot of nutrients in it, so it's really beneficial. So that was the purple cabbage gone in.
Definitely going to be cooking this tonight.
I would actually, yes.
I'm coming over.
Bismillah.
Instead of cutting the cabbage, you can also grate it. However, you know when you grate the cabbage, because it comes in a whole cabbage, it will start to oxidize. So I've actually just peeled it. That's the reason why. However, you can grate it if you wish to. If you're preparing like a larger meal for a lot of people, then you can grate the whole cabbage. So you can see this one, you actually feed quite a lot of people just with quite a little portion of food. Okay, so that's there. Add a bit of flour in, spelt flour, probably about 1 or 2 tablespoons. So just mix it again really well. So you want to have this consistency where it's not too dry and not too watery. So just keep mixing it until it all binds really nicely. You can see there's still a bit of liquid from the eggs, however it's not too watery as well. So that's how it is. And then we're ready to fry it. I normally don't cook the herbs, but I'm going to add these chopped herbs in, just give it a bit more flavor. So as I mentioned, it's a little bit of mint, parsley. You can add chives as well, coriander, add any of the nice herbs, thyme. So all that gives a little bit more flavor to the dish as well. So that's set. You can see it's just a nice consistency. It doesn't like drip or anything like that. So I'm going to heat up the coconut oil. The coconut oil I've used about 2 tablespoons. All depends as well. You're not like deep frying or anything like that. It's just like a shallow fry. Let the oil heat up. There you go. And what I'm going to do is to actually serve it with some salad. This is optional as well, salad. I've got some mixed leaf salad here and a bit of tomato sauce, tomato ketchup and salad dressing, but it's totally up to you. You can serve it with, say, like hummus or, avocado dips as well. I normally just like to eat plain, but for many people, they like to have like some sort of sauce to it. Then you can add your own sauce. Okay, good. So the heat is on. Let's just cook it. So just like a spoon like this, and just dip it in and start frying. Okay, there you go. Put it slightly higher heat, and there you go. So it won't really be like a perfect shape, but it's just nice as a piece, like a bite-sized piece of meal to actually have as well.
Absolutely, lovely finger foods.
Yeah, it is lovely food. And like I said, it's actually good for introducing vegetables to people who are a bit fussy with their food. So you just let it fry for a few, probably like maybe less than a minute. Once the base is sort of firm, then you can actually turn it over easily without it splitting. So you can see this one is ready to turn. Okay, there you go, flip it over easily. Flip it over.
Oh, flavors amazing, Chef Petrina. Mashallah, really, really good.
So it's got a bit more space. You can add one more to it, like 5. There you go. So as I said, it really cooks in no time at all. Once the base is firm, you just flip it over and it won't actually fall out. And then we'll be ready to serve with some fresh salad. This one's more or less ready. Let's see. Here we go. Not serving. Add a few more.
Right, so while Chef Petrina is continuing to fry those fritters / pancakes, whatever you want to call them, we hope you've enjoyed today's show and today's episode, and we're going to be back tomorrow, inshallah, with another special Ramadan edition and a very exciting day.
Indeed. Now, remember, Islam Channel is here for you 24/7 across all platforms. Join in on the conversation and share your thoughts using the hashtag
bestseller of Britain. Indeed, and you can catch up on the latest Ramadan reflections, trending for all your favourite shows anytime on the Islam Channel website and mobile app.
Yeah, and if you have any thoughts or stories that you'd like to share, we'd love to hear from you. Feel free to email us at sb@islamchannel.tv.
Yes, please do email us, and until we meet again, may Allah bless your fast and grant you peace and barakah throughout this holy month. May you have a wonderful evening. Keep us in your du'as, inshallah. And we're going to go back to the kitchen before we bid you farewell. Chef Petrina, show us what it looks like.
Yes,
Yeah, it looks good. I've got like 4 fritters here already. There's another 5 in the pan.
Delicious.
Almost ready. And you can see it's all bite-sized pieces.
I know, and you know what, Chef Petrina, what you've done, you have made it look healthy. I
Yes.
love that.
Yeah.
You literally made a pakora look healthy, and it's definitely the first time I've seen it in that kind of, what would you call it?
Just in that style, you know, it looks
Yeah.
really beautiful and very, very colourful, and I think
Yeah.
it's just adding to the whole Ramadan
Very
spirit,
wholesome, very
inshallah.
colourful, very healthy. MashaAllah, the best healthy alternative we can get, to be fair,
That's
at the
right.
end of the day.
And you can see it's not deep fried. I've used like about a tablespoon of
Yeah.
coconut oil. That's
Yeah.
it.
MashaAllah, that's incredible. Well, thank you, Chef Petrina. It's been a pleasure watching you cook and smelling the divine, dish that you have made. Inshallah, we're going to try it tonight.
Thank you.
Now, like we said, it's coming to the end of the show. We hope you've enjoyed